This is Elton John. This is my Rocket Hour on Apple Music. Today is a very special day. It's the 10th anniversary of when I first did my first Rocket Hour. I'm actually in the studio at Apple, which I've never been in. And I'm sitting with Zane Lowe, my little hero here.
We got some very special guests joining us actually in the studio today.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Who we got?
Your friend Olivia Dean's going to come in and say hi.
Wow.
Dev Hines, a.k.a. Blood Orange.
A.k.a. Blood Orange, yeah.
And Channel Trez is going to come in as well.
Channel Trey. I've not met Dev and I've not met Channel Trey, so I'm really happy. I'm excited.
We're taking you out of the internet highway and putting these people right in front of you today.
Right. Zane actually got me to do the Rocket Hour in the first place. We went out for a meal and with David and Zane, and he said, Rocket Hour or radio show. I went, yes.
Yeah, no, it really was like that.
Yeah.
By the way, I thought I was going to have to spend the entire dinner trying to convince Elton to fit this into his ridiculous schedule, and it took 3 seconds. You were the fastest, yes.
And I've done the Rocket Hour in different countries.
Yeah.
I've done them in Australia, in Europe, and even when I was touring, we did them.
We're going to be hearing from some amazing artists over the course of this episode, Elton. And right now we're going to check in with an artist I know you're a fan of who wants to send you a message. This is Nectar Wood.
Hi Elton, we're celebrating 10 years of the Rocket Hour, and what 10 years it's been. Thank you so much for all of your support. I remember when I was running around in my garden after you played one of my songs from my early EP, and then I was talking to you in Ghana. It's been crazy. Thank you so much for championing me and fellow artists. Thank you so much.
Hi Elton, it's St. Harrison. Just a quick one to say congratulations on 10 years of your amazing show, Rocket Hour. I feel so honored to be one of the artists that you spotlighted on this show, and just so grateful to you. So thank you so much, and here's to another 10 years.
Elton, congratulations on 10 years of Rocket Hour. I love you. Very lucky to know you. Disregard the hat. You're the best.
Hey Elton, it's Siku. I want to say a massive, massive congratulations for 10 years of Rocket Hour. That is such an incredible achievement. And I also want to say a massive thank you for always championing new artists and supporting artists throughout the years. You have incredible taste, and we are all grateful for your support across so many different generations. So I want to say thank you and congratulations again, and sending you lots of love and hugs, and I hope to see you very soon. Lots of love, Siku.
The show just doesn't happen. There's a huge amount of time and love and care that gets put into this show, and there's some statistics which we've put together for an occasion just like this. You have recorded 446 episodes. You have spent nearly 1,000 hours listening to new music. You have played 3,094 artists and 6,772 songs. Woo! And almost all of these songs are artists at the start of something.
Yeah.
You know, you have dedicated yourself to nurturing talent, new talent.
Yeah, you don't give up on a young artist because you know your first album might not do well and your second might not do well, but if I believe in them, then I keep going with them. It's like watering a plant and then see it coming out and making the most beautiful flower. For me, it's just the greatest reward I can think of is seeing in music is seeing a young artist persevere and then blossom into the big star that they become and just go with it. I mean, it's fantastic.
When you're sitting with David and you're making the show and you're listening to those thousands of hours worth of music over the last 10 years, what are you sort of looking for? If you could put it into words, what really grabs you when you know it's going to get played on the Rocket Hour?
Well, song, first of all. I like songs. The voice, the groove, the backing vocals, the arrangement, the instrumentation, but and the originality. These girls that we're playing now are just they've picked up the old soul vibe and they've just run with it and given it their own twist. We get God knows how many tracks put, and we do it in about 6 hours. We put 4 shows together in running order in 6 hours. That's pretty good.
It's amazing. And I mean, your track record for to your point, finding the most authentic and original and genuine songwriters and artists is unmatched. And we have another message from a brilliant artist who's having such a moment right now. And you can trace the beginnings all the way back to the Rocket Hour for this artist. This is Somber.
Hello, Sir Elton. It's Somber here, and I just wanted to congratulate you on 10 years of Rocket Hour. I still remember the first time you played me on Rocket Hour. I lost my mind, and I just think it's really amazing how you, as one of the most accomplished artists and songwriters and rock stars of all time, have a place to highlight upcoming artists. I think it's incredible, and I love you, Elton. You are truly an icon, and thank you so much for doing what you do.
Wow. He's one of the few guys to break through recently, but Samba's different. He's got something special.
Yeah.
And his album is really different, and it's just full of his own personality. It's so great to see Samba happening. The music is great. When I hear something I really love, like when I heard Chaperone, I phoned her up immediately. And I think we were the first people to play Pink Pony Club.
Yeah.
And with about 8 weeks ago, it was still in the top 20 in England. I mean, that's ridiculous.
And you played it with her. You went from interviewing her and playing it for the first time to sharing a stage and playing it with her.
I did it at the Elton John AIDS Foundation.
That's right.
With the pink cowboy hat on, which of course I loved. It's lovely to be here and celebrate this incredible occasion. And I can't tell you how much it's driven me as a musician and a writer to hear these new acts come through and inspire myself. That's why I do it.
Well, we are very grateful to be celebrating with you today. And it's not just myself and the team in the room, but we actually have some guests joining us today. And our first guest is about to walk in. Please, everybody, welcome with a round of applause. Olivia Dean is here.
Oh. I'm talking to the amazing Olivia Dean, who's having the most incredible year, which is wonderful because we've always supported her on the Rocket Hour, and it's so wonderful to see artists come through that you really believe in. You must be absolutely astounded by what's happened this year because you've sold out 602s in London, which is hardly not
You have
bad.
to chuckle at that one.
And of course, this album, the single is happening in America. It's huge in Britain, and you've earned your success. And I think that maybe what I'm thinking is the last 4 years, although you might have had some disappointments, you're gradually building, and you're now ready for it. You know, you're now ready. You're ready for this big moment. Am I right?
I think you are right. I do feel ready. I feel just like I'm so confident in what I do and what I've made and my band and our show and what I'm trying to say and the message I'm trying to spread. And yeah, I love this album.
Can I ask you a question about confidence? Because obviously there are times when you're not feeling confident.
Absolutely.
When you're not sure if it's going in the right direction. And that's where someone like Elton and the Rocket Hour comes along and gives you this play and wants to talk to you. And it must be huge at those moments. And do you remind yourself on those down days, well, you know what? Elton's got my back. Elton gets me.
Absolutely. I mean, I can't express enough that first year when I did Glastonbury and Pyramid Stage and you were headlining and, you know, you didn't even need to mention me whatsoever. To have your support and for you to say, to get people to come down to my set was like everything. And I just felt it took it to a whole new level and I can only just say thank you.
Well, it meant a lot to me to support you, but it also, when I first came to America, I had letters from George Harrison, the band came to see me, Leon Russell was in the audience, and their kind of affirmation for what I was doing gives you a little confidence, and you think, oh, I must be doing the right thing. And sometimes during the journey to having the final breakthrough, there's a lot of disappointments, but they give you backbone.
It's character building.
And character. And now you're ready. You say you love your band. I went to see Chapel Roan last year at the Brixton Academy, and she was ready. Sabrina's ready. And that's because they haven't just been, they're not on the X Factor and they've been shoved out there. You've earned you've gone around and you've played and you've learned how to deal with an audience. You've got your confidence, as you say. And now there's nothing that's going to stop in your way now. And the album is a sensational record. It's not just a pop record. It's a brilliant record. It's an album you will play time and time and time again.
You're right. It's a companion piece. People who love this album will take it with them for the rest of their life.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow, guys.
It's fantastic.
Weren't you one of the rare people who actually went backstage to see Elton
at Glastonbury?
Backstage.
I remember I played Stromerville, and I ran from the hill all the way down to the bottom of the hill. It's just a video of me pacing it down to the buggy, and I was like, I've got to be Elton. It was
wonderful.
Mad dash.
Yeah, mad dash.
That for me it calmed me down before I went on, and it's a thrill to see those people. And I saw a lot of people backstage, and most of them were young, and most of them were people that I really relished as young talent.
I sort of feel like that performance in a lot of ways was a reflection of the Rocket Hour. I mean, the people you had on that stage were like long time building relationships through the Rocket Hour.
Yes, we had Gabriels, we had Steven Sanchez, we had Rina Sawayama, we had Brandon Flowers, who was my first ever guest on the Rocket Hour. I want to put the new out there, and I know the new is so good. So let me tell you, are you on tour here?
I'm going to be next week. Yeah, we're supporting Sabrina Carpenter on the last leg of her tour. 5
double
nights
bill.
at MSG. Can you believe it?
And then how long's the tour?
It's 2 nights in Pittsburgh, 5 in New York, and then 2 in Nashville.
Amazing.
Yeah, and then we go home.
Madison Square Garden, right?
Yeah. I've never been there before.
Oh, wow.
God, it's the greatest show in the world. It is the greatest place in the world. And,
Yeah, I can't
You've
wait.
so earned that, and it's you're going to have the best Christmas this year.
Do you think?
Yeah, because look back on the year you've had.
I mean, what are you going to be sitting under by the Christmas tree like, I haven't achieved much this year, are you?
No,
I mean, it's
yeah,
been
no. I
incredible.
think it will be a good Christmas. I'm excited. Yeah, it's so crazy what can happen in such a short space of time.
But you talk about time, and Elton's right. I mean, yes, it's happened in a short amount of time since you put the record out, and it's caught. But it wouldn't have happened if you hadn't laid all that groundwork and done all that amazing music and been through those ups and
And
downs.
the first album of yours is in the download top 40. So
really, is it?
people are going back to hear the first album.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
See, I know all the stats.
Yeah, my
victory.
gosh.
Yeah.
You do.
The album is a great album, and
Oh, it's
people,
going nowhere.
it'll just grow and grow and grow.
Yeah, it's
so
going nowhere.
It'll be in the top 10 at Christmas. You might be in the top 5 at Christmas at least. Yeah,
You predict it. You're the weather forecaster.
yeah. I'm not the weather forecast, but I can predict. That's a record that people will play and play and play. And
I
play.
agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
How do you find everybody? Like, how are you so in tune and across like all the best stuff that's coming out?
Apple send me every 4 weeks like about 90 new songs from new artists. And then the record companies send me all their new releases coming out. Plus the fact I read a lot of things. I keep my ear to the ground. Alexis Petrilli, my friend who writes for The Guardian, we're always swapping notes on good new things. So every 4 weeks, I get brand new stuff from people I do know. You hear new things, and that's why I heard Jesse Murph for the first time. And it's like, wow, I heard Heroin. I went, oh my God, this is ridiculous. And I got hold of her, and I always try and phone someone up and say, listen, I just heard your record. It's so incredible. Because I know how much that might mean to someone, and because it moves me. And it keeps me alive. New music keeps me alive. It's not the oldies, it's you guys.
Do you know, he did that to me once. I had an album out 20 years ago, and he called me up.
Yeah.
I was in Liverpool, and I was like, please hold for Elton John. I'd never met Elton. We've become good friends now,
Yeah.
but I'd never met him. And he called me up and was like, yeah, your album's going to be my album of the year. And I was like, oh my God. And then you did. You went in Rolling Stone and made it your album of the year.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
When you called me the other day, I wish you could have seen the setting where I was. I was camping in Wales.
You were
and
camping in Wales?
Yeah, I was sitting over a stove cooking some sausages and beans.
Right.
And I got a text and it was like, Elton's going to FaceTime. And I said, I'm not looking correct. It must be an audio call. And I said, we were just about to serve up breakfast. And everyone said, Olivia, come sit down. I said, I need to speak to Elton John.
It sounds good, right? It sounds good.
And they were like,
I love the
"All
fact you go camping while you've got a #1 record. It's fantastic.
Yeah, it was a really funny scene, but I really appreciate just.
Oh, listen,
yeah.
it's a wonderful feeling to see you soaring and doing so well because you have so much talent and you've worked bloody hard for it.
Oh,
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you, guys.
Perfect pop record, Olivia Dean. Thank you so much for coming and saying hello. It's been a pleasure to watch you grow. Fantastic.
And just getting started. That's what's so crazy. It's like just at the very beginning in a way and already flying. It's not just the new artists, Elton. You've also, given us some amazing moments with some old friends, and one particular conversation that you had for the Rocket Hour turned into a feature-length interview, and you were the first person in a very, very long time to visit one of the greatest songwriters and performers of all time, Joni Mitchell, and you both had an incredible conversation together.
I was dubious because Joni is very private. And I'd become friends with her because of Brandy Carlisle and going up to her house and doing, Joni jams. And we got on like a house on fire because I tease her and I make her laugh. And she's just been one of my incredible heroes and inspirations. And I just thought it would be great if she would do an interview. And I didn't know if she would because, she's Joni Marsh's to her own beat. And she said yes. And so we did this fabulous interview. And I couldn't believe I was sitting there interviewing Joni Mitchell in a beautiful house surrounded by her beautiful paintings. And it's been one of the greatest things in the latter part of my life. In fact, tonight I'm going to dinner with her. So there you go. To see her enjoy her success now, I think she is just so overwhelmed with the fact that she knows she's loved. I don't think she realized she was loved that much. And I think that's something that Brandy did with her. Getting his music helped heal her. Rehabilitation was incredibly important, physical rehabilitation, but music healed her. And it's just a beautiful story. And it was a great interview. And I can't remember anything about it.
That's how you know it was great. We have a message from Joni right now.
Hi, Elton, Joni here. Congratulations on 10 years of Rocket Hour.
10 years.
Amazing.
I was a little baby when I started. My next guest, in person, I've interviewed him for the show, is Channel Trey.
Yes.
Yay! And when I first heard Controller, I was so blown away. And you know that it's our most played track on the Rocket Hour that we've ever done.
I was told that last night, and I was
Yeah.
like, wow, that's amazing. What an honor.
Yeah, and I think when I first interviewed you, I was one of the first people to interview you.
Yep.
And since then, you've been appearing on so many different records. It's just like I see your name everywhere, and it just brings a big smile to my face. You must be really happy with what's happening to you.
I'm very grateful. Just a lot of gratitude, and just I don't know. You were right. You were spot on when you called me that day.
Yeah.
I say that's a pillar in my career. Just something I will always remember, and something that stays with me.
Do you remember something specific about the conversation when you guys spoke?
I was speaking about some of my insecurities as an artist, and Elton just kind of waved his hand. He was like, "You'll get over that," And
Yeah. I
I didn't really understand it at the time, but I did understand it. But just you saying that made a lot of sense. And then I started studying you more, and then your movie came out, and I started to understand your story more. And I was like, oh, this is somebody who's been through it and overcame. So him saying that it comes from experience.
Yeah, and also when you start, you struggle, and there's disappointments, as I said to Olivia Dean, and those disappointments give you backbone.
Yes.
And they make you more determined.
Yes.
And they're not pleasant when they happen, but you look back on them and think, God, those were good times, actually. They were good times.
Did you ever want to quit? Did you ever get to a point ever that was like too much? That it wasn't
Oh, yeah.
happening?
When Bernie and I, we started off as songwriters for other people, which was horrible.
Yeah.
And so we weren't writing songs for ourselves. We were writing songs like Brill Building.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's not who we are. And nobody covered them. And then suddenly someone came along and said, no, these songs, you're not meant to do that. You're meant to write songs that you like. And we did, and that changed everything. There were times when we both used to live at my parents' apartment, and we both thought, I don't know if this is worth it. And my mum would say, well, you can go work down the shops then. Go work in a store instead of doing this. So no. We stayed with it. What are you doing at the moment? What's your project at the moment? Who are you working with?
I'm working on my album right now.
Yeah.
This body of work was just a fun time to create. I started working on it when I worked on my last album, Head Rush, and Head Rush was an album about just me kind of confronting a lot of the trauma that I had in my life, and coming out of that, through therapy and everything. This album, I just feel like I'm back in the club, like I'm back, like just dancing again and stuff like that. Not that I stopped, but it's just music got fun again.
What stage are you at? Are you at the stage where you're like, okay, I'm ready to let it go? You're at the stage where it's like, I don't want to let it go. I want to keep adding, and I want to keep moving with this process.
I'm at this stage where I'm just okay with what will be will be.
Yeah.
I'm just okay with it. Like I know that I put 100%, and I would just want to let it do what it's supposed to do, and
I
let it
can't
touch what
wait.
it's supposed to touch.
I'm just crazy about what he does. Are you still living in Compton?
No, I'm not. I'm not in Compton. I won't say where I live now, but I'm living good.
You're living good. I like that because when I phoned you, you were in Compton, right?
I was in Mid City, but I was in a studio apartment. My girlfriend, who's now my fiance, was laying on the air mattress on the floor. And you were on the yacht.
Yeah.
And I was like,
As you do, yeah.
Way to be aspirational.
and I was like, I'm going to be rich. It gave me hope. I was like, I'm going to be okay.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
It's so wonderful to see you in person because your music has brought me so much pleasure. And obviously, so many other acts, Peter, because you played on Jungle's record and you've been...
Disclosure.
Yeah. It's just because the first time I heard you and the first time I heard Controller, that was it. It was the very first thing you'd done, right? More or less?
It wasn't the first thing I've done. It was the first official...
They got interest in it.
Yes, that was the first. That was the first official thing that I put out.
It's so funky, that track. They're so brilliant. That I'd never get fed up with hearing it. It's just one of the greatest tracks. I mean, when you put that on, we always have a playlist on our boat. It sounds very. We always have a playlist on our boat. Controller is just it comes on and it's just like here we go.
Yeah, man. That's why it's the most played song on the Rocket Hour
it's-
ever. Literally
it's
the most played
absolutely
song.
brilliant. So when will the album come out? You got to turn it in November. It'll be out next spring, maybe.
Hopefully, hopefully the first quarter of next year. I'm a businessman. I'm talking
Good time to put an
quarters.
album out. Yeah. What label are you on? Do you know?
I'm with Alta Music. I just did a partnership with them, so shout out to Jeremy Ehrlich and the team.
Yeah.
So it's great.
That's great. That's relatively new because Jeremy's just kind of got that off the ground. So that's cool. Congrats.
Yeah, yeah. So we're good, and I feel great. The partnership is great.
Well, I want to congratulate you on how far you've come in really such short a time, and you so deserve it because you've got talent and you've got vision, and
a true original too.
and so original.
True original.
You was kind of doing dance music. And kind of hip hop at the same time. It's just like I'd never heard anyone do that.
When you put it all together the way you do, it's so unique and so original.
It's original.
No one else can do what you do.
No.
That's what I love about it.
Wow, thank you. I appreciate that.
And your brilliant voice and the deep voice, and it's like you're the Barry
you know
White
what
of
it
the
is.
controllable.
I kind of keep it light when I was out, but it could get low.
It was a radio DJ. I'm feeling rather emasculated right now, to be honest with you.
I once did a show with Barry White, and he said,
Oh, wow.
I'd like to do your song. And I said, sure, that would be really nice. And we played it, and he went, because he got this, it's a little bit funny. And he said, can we take it down?
Wow.
I said, right, down?
Drop DJ.
And we did.
Absolutely. I
He
absolutely adore
Barry
Barry
White was
White.
so
Oh
something else,
man, that's my dude.
Is one of the giants of music, I think.
100%.
What a time.
Well, I want to thank you for coming in and saying hello personally. I want to congratulate you on how far you've come, and I can't wait to hear the new album. And you brought so much pleasure to me and millions of other people who listen to the show.
Thank you, and thank you for you living a musical life.
Yeah, thank you.
You know, I think that's very, very important, and that's from our conversation and just from the things I've experienced. That's what my dedication is. I don't care about all the distractions. I just want to live a musical life.
Yeah, of
You've
course.
been a great
And we're
example of
blessed
that.
to be able to lead a musical life.
Yeah.
We're so lucky because music is the only thing that brings people together apart from sport. Music and sport, you can play in a room or a concert. No matter the size of the concert, people come in. It doesn't matter whether who they vote for, what religion they are. For that hour and a half, 2 hours, they come together and they forget about their thing. And music does that, and sport does that.
Channel cheers, everybody.
Yay!
We're still going to hear some great messages from people, including Steven Sanchez. We're going to hear from him in a second. But before we do, what prompted you to want to work with Steven, to bring him to the stage at such an important moment in your career?
Well, I love the Steven Sanchez first album, and I played his tracks, and I called him up immediately. I heard his first record. I went, you're very, very special. And I got to know him, and I just was thinking about the lineup for Glastonbury. And I just thought, wouldn't it be great to have him at Glastonbury? And I didn't want to bring well-known people on. And we have Brandon Flowers, who's been a friend of mine for years. And I wanted to have him on because he's a very special person to me.
That was one of the things everyone responded to about what you did in terms of curating your guests at Glastonbury was you gave them a chance to be themselves.
Yeah, he sang his own song, and he talked to the audience, and he got them to sing. He was amazing. He had no fear. And that's what I loved about him. He just took the opportunity. Artists who take that opportunity and run with it, you know that you're onto something good. I think he's been in the studio very recently. I think he's about to come out with another album, which would be exciting. I love him. He's a special voice, a special guy. It was so lovely to have him on stage at Glastonbury and sing a song that no one knew.
Yeah.
And that's what I wanted. It's what the Rocket Hour does, really.
Yeah, it was like you brought the Rocket Hour to the Pyramid stage,
course.
which I loved it.
Yeah.
He loves you too. We've got a message from Steven Sanchez right now on the 10-year anniversary of the Rocket Hour.
Hey Elton, Steven here. I just wanted to wish you a massive congratulations on your 10-year anniversary for the Rocket Hour. It's amazing. Beyond your musical abilities, you've also created such a culture that recognizes and supports young talent that is in need of being seen by the world, and we are so grateful to you. Thank you for everything you've done for me, for these other artists. We love you. I love you. I hope to see you very soon. And party on, baby. Woo!
Amazing.
Woo!
That's beautiful.
That's so lovely.
There's another artist right now who is currently just writing a bolt of lightning, which is Chapel Roan, and I bring Chapel up because there is a very special relationship that you've developed with Chapel through the Rocket Hour, and it really is, as far as picking a winner is concerned. You picked a few. This is a good one.
This was a no-brainer. I mean, as soon as I heard Pink Pony Club, I went, "Oh my God!" And we played it right away, and then I spoke to her. And I had her on the program very quickly. Mm-hmm. And I FaceTimed her a lot. And that album is something quite special. And I got to know her. And then I went to see her at the Brixton Academy. It was one of the greatest shows I've ever seen a young person do. She had so much confidence. It was a 3-piece band, no dancing, nothing, just absolutely raucous music. And she knew how to put a set list together. She knew how to present herself. It was so impressive because she's been waiting. She was dropped by her former label, and she's been waiting to happen. And
she's got some fire in her belly as well. That's what I like about
it. She wouldn't put up with any. She says, "No, I'm not doing that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to be taken advantage of." It's formed into a great friendship. When the summer was just beginning of summer, maybe end of June, I phoned her up. She was in Paris. I said, "What are you doing in Paris?" And she said, "I'm just having a holiday." I said, "Are you having a great time?" She said, "Yeah, I'm having the best time." And I said, "Good for you." And I said, "Where are you going next?" She said, "I'm going down to Nice in the south of France." I said, "Where are you staying?" And she said, "No, I'm not staying in a hotel. I'm with my friends." And I said, "No, you're not. You're going to stay at my house, our house." And she went to stay in our house in Nice with her friends, and she had the best time.
Amazing.
And she's just, she'd never really been anywhere like that before. And it's just... Yeah, I just love her. I FaceTimed her a couple of days ago, and she's very happy. She's taking a break. She did the Rose Bowl recently, which was a huge triumph. Everything she's done has been a huge triumph. Lollapalooza. And she produced a single recently called The Subway, which I think is probably one of the best singles of the year, without doubt. It's quite extraordinary that the end of the song is a bit like Hey Jude. And those songs, those kind of things are very hard to do. And this one just is absolutely incredible. She's come so far, and she hasn't changed from the minute I first interviewed her on the Rocket Hour to where she is now. She's just taken it in her stride, and boy, she's just an important artist. She really is.
Speaking of young artists who are doing great things, we've got a really lovely message to celebrate 10 years of the Rocket Hour. This is the Linda Lindas.
Hi, Sir Elton. It's the Linda Lindas. Congratulations on 10 years of the Rocket Hour.
Thank you so much for always supporting us and always looking for new artists to support. It means a lot.
We were so in awe when we found out that you knew who we were 3 years ago and you're supporting our debut album, and we got to talk to you over FaceTime at 7:30 in the morning or something. And we were late to school, but it was worth it.
And I'm so glad I got to meet you and give you a big hug.
We love you. Love you.
Aw.
So nice. Linda, that was so special.
I remember that because the girl who's the drummer had to go to school.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
In fact, it's in that documentary, and the Never Too Late documentary, and I'm filming the Rocket Hour, and I'm talking to them, and the drummer had to go to school. And I say something like, she was 13, I was 76. I'm only 63 years older than the Linda Linda's drummer. It's like, oh, thank you, girls, for the lovely message. You just said they sound like they look. Yeah. And this is that's just happy, upbeat, fantastic music. On the way in here, I saw the Beaches, and I'd never met them before, and I've been playing a lot of their records. They're from Canada, and there's a lot of good girl groups around at the moment. Jesus Christ, Wet Leg, Let's Eat Grandma, Nova Twins. Jesus, it's amazing. Haim. Good for you, girls. You carry on.
It's beautiful. We're celebrating 10 years of the Rocket Hour right here on Apple Music with the host, of course, and creator of the Rocket Hour, the wonderful Sir Elton John. And we're getting messages from artists who want to help celebrate that. And this is from a real one. This is Nick, aka Medium Build.
Hey, Elton, Medium Build here. Congratulating you on 10 years of Rocket Hour. All the young girls love Alice, but all the little artists love you, Elton. Thanks for playing the tunes. Truly made me weep when I found out that you had heard anything I'd ever made. So, cheers. Alaska says hi. Come back anytime.
Hey, Elton, it's the Beaches.
Congrats on 10 years of Rocket Hour.
We wanted to thank you so much for all the support you've given us and so many other artists on your program. And here's to another 10 years of Rocket Hour.
Woo! We love you. Love you. Thanks, Elton.
What's going on, Elton? This is Cassius here. I want to congratulate you on 10 years of the Rocket Hour. I have so many great memories of listening to your music, dancing to it, and just enjoying it. And it was a pleasure and honor to be on your show, The Rocket Hour. So thank you for believing in me, and congratulations on 10 years again of The Rocket Hour.
Hi, Elton. This is Arlo. I just wanted to say a big congratulations for your 10-year anniversary of your wonderful show. I love the way that you champion emerging artists and have this endless curiosity. I remember when I was able to come on your show and you made me feel so seen, and it was so inspirational to be able to talk to a force like you about music and art and everything in between. So congratulations, keep doing what you're doing, and see you soon. Bye.
She said something really special there, which is she felt very seen, and I think that's what you do for new music and new artists. You know, it's very competitive, and I hate to use that word, but it is. There's so much music coming out all the time.
Yes, it is.
To try to find an audience is very difficult, and you really help an artist find their people.
Well, she's a different sort of artist. She's I put her in the Joan Armour trading category, or
good shout,
or the Michael Kiwanuka.
Yeah,
she's different.
Yeah, she is.
And she's good. And I love that. She's true to herself.
Really good poetic instincts as well.
Very and beautiful to look at, and beautiful. Loves art. She's she's a really interesting artist that'll be around for a long, long time.
The door's about to open. Should we welcome our third guest live into the studio right now to celebrate 10 years of the Rocket Hour? You ready?
Yeah.
Dev Hines, everybody.
Yay! So great to see you.
Oh my God.
I'm so glad I get to see you in person. Your album is extraordinary. We've played 2 or 3 tracks from it already, and I interviewed you. Why are you in LA? Are you on tour? Are you promoting it?
I'm on tour, and I'm playing a show tonight at the Shrine.
The Shrine. What? That's a great place to play.
Yeah, it's actually the first headline show of the album I've played.
Wow.
I hadn't played one. So
And how many people in the band?
There is 5 of us, but 3 of us are the instrumentalists. So I'm running around between like 3 keyboards, cello, acoustic guitar, bass, blah, blah.
Being the talent that you are.
Well, try. I figure if I do like multiple instruments a little bit, it looks better than one as a whole.
And the first show of the tour,
It's the first headline show.
Okay, great.
I love the fact that you graduated to cello. I mean, touring with a cello is
Cello,
no joke.
Yeah, well, I'm using this really crazy electric cello.
Amazing.
It looks crazy. You know?
I used to have 2 guys who played with me called the Two Cellos, who are amazing.
Oh, wow.
They were from Croatia, and they did the most incredible Hendrix things and stuff like that. They were on stage with me in Vegas, but they did things with cellos that I'd never heard before. A bit like Jean-Luc Ponty, when I first had him on the Honky Chateau record, and he played electric violin for the first time. We plugged him into a Leslie cabinet.
Wow.
And he went crazy. That's great. So how many instruments do you...
I love it. I want to hear this
How
all
many
day.
instruments do you play then?
I play quite a lot. Basically, somewhat all the strings and drums and bass guitar, some saxophone.
So on a Blood Orange record, is it all you?
Pretty much. Yeah. I'll bring in players every now and then to play little bits. Like, actually, 2 songs, drums, are by Brendan, who's the singer of Turnstile.
Yes.
Love him.
Yeah, we were talking about Turnstile.
So he played drums on 2 of the...
I've been trying to get hold of them for the Rocket Hour, and they're on tour, and I can never get hold of them.
He told me.
I will get hold of them.
I gave him stick about it.
Yeah, but I'll get him in the end. I could never get Caroline Polachek either, could we?
What?
We just couldn't get Caroline Polachek.
People need to...
I know. We can figure this out.
Yeah, people need
to put our heads together. We can figure this out.
She was either doing something or I couldn't catch up with her, but whatever it was. I've never actually spoken to her, and I adore her. Tell me, how many shows are you doing on this tour?
So it's a little bit on off, but it goes into Europe at the end of this month, and then back to the East Coast of America and New York at the end.
Where's home for you?
Home is New York.
Okay.
I've lived in New York now for like 16 or so years.
Yeah.
But you know, London and Essex is eternally the home.
Yeah. You love it there. How did the death of D'Angelo affect you? I was so shocked. I thought he was a genius.
It's
doesn't seem real.
Yeah, it's a crazy one, right? It's really
because he was so private anyway. You know, we barely heard or
you
no one knew, and that's you got to respect that decision. But at the same time, we didn't see a lot of him. So now to not really see much of him, to know we can't see him at all.
You got 3 incredible records. There was an incredible photograph of all the musicians on the first album, and all these guys in afros and everything like that. And there's Pino Palladino, this little white guy from Wales, in the middle of it. But those records are faultless. I mean, they're just wonderful.
You know what it is as well, which I think about with D'Angelo, which I think affected a lot of people, is there's this idea of certain musicians that you always feel that there's more they're going to give you.
Yeah.
And I think with him, there's been so much weight through his
There was so much
albums.
space.
So much space.
And the space was so beautiful, and the playing was faultless.
Yes.
It was a bit like when Stormzy did that record with the soul, kind of soul record with Jacob Collier playing on it. It was, it's like, I just love this kind of music.
Yeah.
So bless you. So you must be G'd up for tonight.
Yeah, I'm very. Yeah. I'm nervous.
Yeah.
Is what I am.
Because you've been doing
That's
support
all right.
shows. You've been on tour with.
Yes, so I actually did 2 shows with Turnstile, and then I've been doing a bunch of shows with Lord.
Amazing.
What's your connection with Turnstile? Because you're pretty different as far as music
I know.
goes.
Well, this is actually like, I think about this a lot because Brendan and I are quite close, and it's this beautiful thing, I guess, in music where you can have 2 people that on paper actually have the same influences. Like listen to the same music at different moments in time, have been in tune with the same artist coming out.
Yeah.
But then when it goes through that human filter, it lands in these other places.
Yeah.
And I really love that. And I actually think a lot of my friendships, that is a thing.
Yeah.
The cores are the same.
But when I think about where you started as well, it's not that far removed in the very beginning from where Turnstile
That's what I mean,
began as well. Very sort of punk, very kind of like aggressive, but with joy.
Yeah, exactly. So it's this funny thing. Like we talk about, even this morning we were talking about Vision of Disorder, like New York hardcore band from the 90s, and how much we loved those records when they came out. But then, the way we channel it, it comes out in these like polar opposite ways.
I was going to say Turnstile, my favourite new band of the year, but they're not a new band at all. But to me, they were a new band, and it was kind of, wow, this is so great.
Light Design on that album, I think, is like one of the top songs.
His voice is kind of a bit like Sting in a way.
Yeah, but like Sting, a little bit of Perry Farrell in there for me as
did
well.
a bit of Perry Farrell,
cool.
exactly.
That's cool.
And it reminded me, when I hear him sing, I don't know if you ever heard Sting's live album at the Albert Hall called Bring on the Night.
Yeah.
No,
which
I
was one of the
haven't,
greatest live albums ever. He had the balls to get the best band together as a bass player from the Police, with Kenny Kirkland on piano, and I would be frightened to play with it. and there's this live album from the Albert Hall, which is unbelievable.
Wow.
And Bring on the Night, which we played on the Rocket Hour, is
God,
just
listen to that.
it's a bit like hearing Think by Aretha Franklin. Just being there that night and hearing it. I always think if you were in the control room when Aretha Franklin recorded Think, it would be one of the greatest experiences of your life, because she never thought she was a good piano player, by the way. She didn't think she was that good. Are you kidding me?
That's a joke.
I know.
What's one of those experiences for you that you've had where you've been in a room, even on one of your songs, or even collaborating with someone else that's been really memorable? It was a special moment at the moment.
That's a great question, actually. I mean, there's been a few moments if I can think back, when I worked with Mariah Carey.
Wow.
And did a song with her. And it was loose and free, and it was very fun, but it was a moment. It was one of those times where I had to be like awake.
Yeah, present.
I had to be awake musically. At every second.
Yeah.
I think about that a lot.
Have you been really happy with the reaction to this record? It's been incredible. I mean, it is a pretty amazing record, and it's obviously got to be one of the my top 10 records of the year at least, because it's just everyone thinks of me being a pop star, but I started off by playing, my first 3 albums really didn't have any singles on them, so I always listen to the musicality. I listen to the bass and drums. And I listened to the production, the piano playing. When I first started hearing piano, I would sit on the Larry Nectar, who played on Bridge Over Troubled Waters. I could not believe that piano, and the piano sounds and things like that. And it's the sound of your album that is so beautiful, and the layering of it, and it's a definite achievement, and it's so great to actually see you. If you ever need someone I'd love to play on one of your records. I'll just sing on it. Seriously, I mean, but people don't ask me very much. They don't ask me.
No, but you could say that again, because this is really important for musicians who want they don't actually approach you.
No, they don't. They don't think I'll do it. Or I did a Yard Act record, and it was fantastic because they told me exactly. I went in there and played all Elton John. They said, no, we don't want that. We don't want that all rubbish. We want this. And they taught me to play in a different way, and it was so much fun.
So you play on his record?
I would love to play on his record.
Yes.
Would you play on my record?
Because, I'm a 78-year-old man who is astonished and loves musicians with a brain and musicians with an imagination and musicians with a soul. And there are a few of them around, but he's one of them. And so, yes, of course. You hear something. And Stormzy is another one I'd love to work with because I just love what he does.
In high school, when I'd walk around with my CDs, I had my little CD folder, and I had Captain Fantastic, and I used to listen to it all the time.
It was a beautifully recorded album.
I loved the production of that album.
So, the Tell Me When the Whistle Blows. Hello. There's so much soul on that album.
It's insane. It's so the warmth.
Yeah. And that's when I did Tom Bell. And I did the Tom Bell sessions because I loved all the Spinners records and the Dior records, the stylistics. And when I recorded with him in Seattle, he got me because I usually go, no! And he went, no. You got to sing like this. Baby, if I have you everything. And I did. And I was so surprised with the result. Yeah. But he just said, no, you're singing too loud. Wow. And he was a divine and the Spinner sang on my record, so I was very happy.
Wow. Oh, yeah. It's beautiful album.
I'm a soul fanatic,
One of the best.
When I was younger, I backed people like Patti LaBelle twice, Lee Dorsey, Major Lance, Billy Stewart. Summertime! And I did a gig with Sugar Body Santo at the Twisted Wheel in Manchester. I backed the Ink Spots. Wow. And they were so sweet. Oh. But that's where I got my backbone, by looking how they entertain the audience.
Yeah.
And do you remember a guy called Roy C., Shotgun Wedding?
Yes.
Be better than you. Well, that's the only fucking song he had, pardon my expression. He'd start the show with Shotgun Wedding, and they all run nuts. And then 3 songs later, I bet you want to hear this one again. And it all came up for the encore. Bless his heart.
It's going to be me tonight.
But no.
Little TikTok song.
And Major Lance, who was so great, gave me his tie, and I've still got it.
Wow.
And his daughter became mayor of Atlanta. How about that?
Crazy.
You learn everything on this, right?
This is
Who won the cup final in 1974?
Wait, I might get that. If it's in England, I might know that. I have a question. I've been revisiting Station to Station the last few weeks.
Right.
I've been listening to it so much. And, I love Bury. And I feel like that album, it slipped through the cracks in my music listening. I don't know why I always missed it. And then this last few weeks, it's been in my head
all the time.
All the time.
Isn't it great when you find an album like that and you think, I missed this and now it's just giving me so much pleasure?
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. And yeah, I don't know if you have a relationship with that album at all.
I don't have a relationship with that album. I have a relationship with his album. But now you've said that, I'll go back and listen to it.
Yeah.
But I rediscover old albums, and I find, like Little Feat, for example, I just Feats Don't Fail Me Now. It's been re-released. So I bought it again, and I played it, and I went, Jesus Christ, this band, Bill Payne on piano. Lal George. It's just stunning stuff. Yeah. Music is wonderful.
Yeah,
music is wonderful, and you're contributing a lot of great music. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Love you so.
Oh,
give me another hug, you bubba.
Yes.
Well, it's been a great experience doing this. Thank you for having me in
no.
Los Angeles at the Heart of Apple.
Well, I'd like to give you some credit, if I may, and I'm going to try not to get emotional when I say this, but we've been doing Apple Music Radio for 10 years, and you had faith in us in the very beginning, and you launched with us. You were a launch show. You've remained faithful and honored that commitment for 10 years and continued to breathe new life into new music, give those artists the confidence to continue to go at moments when they really needed it, and truly, personally, and for the team, given us confidence to keep going, because you are, and I've said this to everybody in the building and outside the building who asks, you are the spiritual North Star of Apple Music Radio and of Apple Music to me.
Well, it keeps me alive, and it just inspires me. I mean, I'm 78 years old, and I'm still a working musician, not working per se as touring, but I'm still making records, and I'm still involved in music. And I'm not that interested in the old. I know it, but it's the new stuff. And seeing people like Olivia Dean and Channel Trey and Blood Orange today come into the studio and seeing how they're doing and how far they've come and how brilliant and how their music has made me so happy.
It took you 10 years for you to finally allow me to grace the airwaves with you, and I appreciate it. I'm now willing to concede that I am no longer
It's all right. I've been your lover from afar, and now I've come over here and consummated the marriage, and I'm going back again. So the thing I love about it is I hear something, or he'll hear something, and he'll send me an email, and then I'll phone him up. And we'll just talk about music, which is exactly why we do these programs, because we both have the same love of music. He's got a new record coming out, which is an instrumental album, which I can't wait to see.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
That's news.
We are separated at birth because we love what we do, and we're so lucky to be able to do what we do.
Channel Trez talked about a life in music, a life of and dedication and a musical life.
Yeah.
And, you have just given so much joy and confidence to music that has then subsequently given us joy and confidence as music fans.
Thank you.
And you have been at the center of all of that. I hate to do it to you, mate. I hate to do it to you, but you can't have a birthday without a cake.
Oh, my God.
You don't like to be the center of attention,
Elton. On your marks, you got to help me blow it out. 1, 2, 3.
Yes!
It's been an absolute pleasure to do it, and it's brought me in contact with so many wonderful new musicians who've become friends, and it's just amazing.